Right. I'll delete that last live stream. I was saying that, well, first of all, I'll start again. On a dark note, as I said in the last live stream, I said, you know, it basically, it doesn't really matter anymore. It doesn't matter. I'm just doing this just to document what has been done to me. I'm the one who's got me through all of this. I alone. My partner's 53, and actually, if his mum and dad see this, I was actually sent to him. How do you think it can be normal to phone the police and have your partner arrested for disagreeing with the Bible? What do you think my mother would say? David and Jill, if you're watching this, what do you think my mother would say? You said Darren was sent to me, and I believed it. Oh, it's like he was sent to you. Well, Helen Hipperson in New Haven said she mocked that. Oh, my son was sent to you. But I truly believed he was sent to me from Yahweh. Now I think he's been sent to me from the devil. Everyone has said it's controlling behaviour and OCD is no excuse. And he said, Mum and Dad want to see you. That was Christmas time. That was 4 months ago. I've just had a 40th birthday, and all I got, the very least, a crummy card, which I don't want now, for my 40th. He's had me sleep rough several times. He's had me arrested for disagreeing with him on the Bible. Yeah, that's really, and if you think that that's such a loving thing to do, well, you might as well be a Freemason, because they think good is evil and evil is good. Hence the checkered board. All their symbolism. Be whatever you want. Be a Satanist. Do whatever. Crumbs, no one's doing anything about all the evil, just look at police abusing powers. That's my message to you, David and Jill. And by the way, just go to Humphrey & Co. and ask them for the gifts that I made you. I put so much love into those gifts. And Sussex Partnership, who've contributed to my suicidal feelings. They chucked me out of there. I'd treat a stray cat better than how they treated me. I treated like a piece of dirt scraped off the back of his shoe. But just look on Trustpilot, because my review is up there for Sussex Partnership. 100% bad. 100% bad, Sussex Partnership. Have a look on Indeed.com, and you'll see that there's bullying from the bottom to the top with admin. Sussex Partnership in New Haven. But my godmother was right. I only see the good in people. It's him that's making me suicidal, because who do you go to when all the corruption, when we're in the last days, when the police are doing everything that they've been doing to us innocent people? Again, David and Jill and Steve Churchill, just go on police abusing powers and have a look at all those videos. Because I thought, he's 53 and he's got 2 parents that love him. And David, you told me that Darren's sister, who's a year younger than me, was abused. Yes, I had emotional abuse straight after my mother's funeral, almost immediately. I had attempted rape. I went to the Saturn Rape Victims Centre. That was by another perpetrator. I've lost my soulmate, and you think your wonderful son, oh my boy. And he screams and shouts at me because he doesn't want me touching those food bags. You think that's normal to call the police on your partner, to take a caring role. This corrupt system is supposed to say that, oh, you get 5 years in prison for coercive control. Nah, no, you don't. Not when you have a look at police abusing powers and the corruption, when you see what's going on right under your noses. Most people wouldn't survive 2 minutes in my shoes, and I'm not covering for Darren anymore. Anyway, just getting the message out, because my father might see this, you never know. Because, you know, my partner contacted him, and, you know, it's just, there are a lot of insecure men out there, aren't there? Who like to take on a vulnerable woman who's had her faith her whole life, and it's taken her midlife to realise that she's a victim of child abuse because she witnessed what she witnessed with my parents, the violence, and my mother having to get away. And how strong I've been, but I'm not Superwoman. And it's Darren's emotional abuse that's the worst, because people can't see it. You can't see emotional abuse. And I'm not protecting him anymore. I'm not saying, oh, I'm the monster anymore. I'm not doing it. I was shaking. Just look at that live stream where I was shaking, because I can't open the door to these, excuse my French, these evil bastards. Because Tina works deep state level, and she's saying I should swear. Well, I wasn't brought up to swear. No, because of this messed up British stiff upper lip that us middle class people that you would know about have been brainwashed with. Here is the Local Government Ombudsman letter. I didn't give my phone number. They didn't ask for it. In that live stream, do you remember? Look at the live stream where the Local Government Ombudsman hung up on me. They committed a crime doing that because they're not allowed to do that. Well, I've got 101 call handlers recorded doing that. And the local authorities saying I made malicious calls. I said, you provide me with the evidence then, because I have evidence that says otherwise. You couldn't make it up. And here's the reference number. But why didn't they give me the reference number during my phone call? So they haven't been able to do anything. This letter went to my partner's address. Where do I go to if I've got issues with domestic abuse? Nowhere. Because Care for the Carers were the ones that Caroline Ansell MP suggested that Darren get a caring role, and I didn't want a caring role. And people from the food bank and my lady witness friend said it's unacceptable, Darren's behaviour towards me, but he had all the help thrown at him from Care for the Carers, and I got nothing because I was exploited in supported accommodation. Just look, I've documented as much as I can. So that's that. This is strictly private and confidential. Again, it had to go to my partner's address. Just covering up the address. But for Cramp and Mullany, I'm waiting to hear back about that because I haven't had anything. My complaint about a corrupt solicitor. Because during a welfare check up on Beachy Head, they've got my blood on their hands. They've got my blood on their hands. I did this in front of Darren with a 6-inch knife in the Strand Hotel. Because according to Tina, I should never have been put in temporary accommodation in the first place because I have complex issues. All these illegal things I'm putting out there. I'm just putting out there now. And lastly, Josh Babarinde whom I emailed. I filled in an online form. On the 15th of March, he had up to 10 days. This is a Liberal Democrat who doesn't like Caroline Ansell, who's supposed to be a candidate to take over from her. And I haven't heard back from him. He's had, from the 15th of March, you're supposed to respond to me as an emergency. If it's an emergency, they aim to respond within 10 days. Well, the 15th of March was 3 weeks ago now. And I haven't heard anything. But what I've put in that email, that online form, I copied and pasted and sent to Tina. I haven't, as I said, I've text and voice messaged Tina. I haven't heard back. I'm feeling obviously awkward as it is, because I'm not supposed to apologise, but I don't know what to do anymore. It seems to be that everything I do is wrong because of this narcissistic world that we live in. Tina said to me, you should swear and shout if that's what you want to do with the police, because obviously that's what I feel like doing. That's a natural human response. My partner doesn't even like me saying the word bloody. He doesn't even like me saying the word fart. I was brought up not to swear, but I mean, this, he won't even say the days of the week unless they're in Hebrew. And I'm not mocking my partner. I've just had enough of being abused and standing up for him and speaking up for him and covering for him and saying it's me. I thought life was supposed to start at 40. It's ending for me. But they've all got their blood on they've got my blood on their hands. Literally my blood on their hands. I haven't looked at the comments. I see a lot of people have commented. Yes, it isn't normal. But I every time my partner screamed and shouted at me, gone away and come back, well, it's just like the police. It's exactly the same as the police. It's domestic abuse. The police have been violent and abused me, and so has my partner. So who do I go to? Because there is no one. They've violated my rights. They've beaten me, dragged me in handcuffs, basic human rights and all that. Just basic human rights, but basic whatevers. You don't have to be intelligent. This is just idiot-proof stuff. But being an idiot is the norm, isn't it? Everything that I was brought up to be is what you would call old-fashioned. But it's programmed into me. So, I'm not going to tell them to fuck off, am I? Because I've been brought up with that 1950s head, haven't I? That my mother had. But everything that my mother went through in her life. But there are people even on YouTube. You can't trust. There are people on here who have lied to me and threatened me. And prayed for me, talked me out of suicide, and then threatened me. Where can you go? Seriously. But anyone who's on here just purely for entertainment rather than what's right, they're sick in the head. But I tried to help a wheelchair user. She doesn't show. I've never seen her face. I've spoken to her once. I don't know what she looks like. I helped her. I'm so glad I didn't give her Tina's personal email address. But I was saying to Darren how I'm fed. I keep saying to my partner how I'm fed up with being abused by people, exploited. I'm trying to get. I'm just. I never wanted to make YouTube videos. I never wanted this. I've been forced into these circumstances, and I've just had enough. I've just had enough. I don't have a better judgment anymore, Brian. I've used all of that, but yes, my heart rules my whatever. My emotions rule me. But I humbled myself because it's faith that has got me through this. I'm not Superwoman. You only have to look at. I'm just human. But the way I'm treated all the time is well, you're strong, and no, you just wait till you hear that. Oh my gosh, she's finally done it. Is she one of the? I just think about this. I'm lying here. I can't even begin to describe the physical and mental agony that I am in. I can't even begin to find the words. I'm having nightmares. I can't rest. And when I ask my partner not to do certain things, and he turns it into a massive argument rather than saying, I'm sorry, Bryony. Okay, I disagree with you on that, XYZ, but I'm sorry if and I won't end of, but no, he turns it into a massive, and then it becomes violent and petty, and then querying why I'm acting as if it's abnormal that I'm opening my eyes to see something that I don't like, that's alarmed me anyway, or caused me distress.